Surprise. I'm going with the Texans. Look, let me just lay it out for you. We all have that one friend or family member, or in my case, an associate that believes they just got what it takes. Until they have an experience and they realize I've underestimated my opponent. Whether it's playing poker, in this case, if it's the Texans, or the Chiefs playing the Texans in the playoff game. Look, the Texans understand who they are. They realize they're going up against this excellent Chiefs team. But they are going to take some gambles. They're going to take some risk. But you must remember who you are. And I believe that they are going to remember who they are. Play within themselves. Take shots when they need to. Take those gambles. And it's really simple. Texans hold them. They get it done.
I don't know.
It's just simple.
Are they playing within themselves or are they gambling?
They're gonna play within themselves and then take shots when the shots are available.
Okay. Okay. I mean, it's an upset.
Exactly.
There's only 4 games.
Look, I hope you're right.
Why?
What? That would be horrible for the show.
Why do you hope he's right? What do you even mean?
Who do I have winning the Super Bowl?
The Ravens.
It's a much easier path to beat Houston than to beat the Chiefs. I want the Super Bowl.
You know what? See,
the best is the best. If Houston beats Kansas City, that means they were better this year.
You know what, Wilds? That's the problem with Brew's generation. They want it all handed to them. Listen to Travis Kelce. Travis Kelce said he wants to play everybody. I'm get an extra game against the Bengals in the Walmart parking lot.
I'm not expecting it, but if as a Ravens guy, oh yeah, I'd rather play the Texans than the Chiefs next week. All right, so
okay. A bit to unpack there. Did you hear what Wild said, that this would be bad for the show? To have the Houston Texans win? Man, that is so backwards. I'm sorry. That is backwards. Yeah, wow. I'll share my thoughts when we live stream this game. I'll be live streaming this game at game time, 4:30 Eastern Standard Time. So definitely please do check it out. It's going to be a lot of fun. We live streamed the Rams-Vikings game, and it was really awesome. So I really encourage you guys all to come hang out, even if just for a short while. Will be a lot of fun. But yeah, let's jump into this. I've already said all there is to say about all of these games over the weekend. But what interests me most about this clip is, do you think, this is a tough part about creating a show, is do you think that Greg is being honest here? Like, does he truly believe that the Texans will win this game? Or is it kind of like, well, hey, it's upset alert. Like, we got to have fun here. We got to just pick teams, and I'm the Texans guy. Like, I wonder if he really, really, really believes it. And again, having Wild just be like, what? That's, this would be bad for the show. Like, it's kind of a crazy statement to make. And it really is, to think that, like, you need certain teams to win and lose. And I don't know why, like, if you're a Texans fan and you hear that, like, how are you supposed to perceive that? I mean, like, that's, I don't know. I get it when if it was like the Philadelphia Eagles, the Detroit Lions, like some of these really massive market teams that you're like, I don't want this team to get out because it just can hurt maybe some of our ratings. I could understand that. But, like, I don't know. I think if the Kansas City Chiefs lost to the Houston Texans, it would be such a massive event that everybody would be flooded. Like, they would be flooding to it. It would be like this big, massive, like, oh my God, what happened? And everybody would be running to see, like, Nick's reaction. Like, so it wouldn't be bad for this show. Like, it would be good. Maybe he's thinking, oh, but then what are we going to do next week? And it won't be as big. And it's just like, I mean, I guess maybe like a Baltimore Ravens or a Buffalo Bills Chiefs game will be more exciting, I guess, than them playing against the Texans. But I just think this would be such a massive event that it would be, it would rock the NFL world. Seriously, I mean, it would absolutely rock the NFL world. And it would be talked about all day Saturday, all day Sunday, Monday. I mean, like, it would be a whole thing. So To just say that it would be bad, I don't know about that. But yeah, this game, it doesn't really seem like a lot of people are giving the Houston Texans an honest shot. And it's almost like collectively, you either have someone like Greg who's saying, I think the Texans will win. And it's like, it's hard to know, like, is that genuine? Do you really feel that way? Or is this just a show? Or you have other people that are like, well, the Texans could win. And it's like, kind of like, we work for Fox or we work for CBS or where ESPN, whatever it is. And it's just like, we all just don't want to come out and say that the Texans have no chance. But, it doesn't really feel like the Texans have a chance. And, that's disappointing because so many Kansas City Chiefs fans went after the Buffalo Bills for beating the Denver Broncos. They're like, oh, Josh Allen, you're a wild card. Of course he feasts on them. And then it's like, okay, but then who are the Kansas City Chiefs playing now? I guess the Houston Texans, who people think that have zero chance to win at all. They're so surprised that they even beat the Chargers in the first place. Like, it just doesn't really make sense. Not to mention, the Kansas City Chiefs themselves struggled and almost lost to the Denver Broncos. And somehow now the Buffalo Bills beating the Denver Broncos was like, oh, that's the wild card round. But now you're playing an opponent here that people are literally giving the Houston Texans zero chance to win. Effectively, zero chance. Greg is really the only person that I saw him say it. And again, it's hard to know. Does he actually feel it, or do they have to fill the upset alert segment? If you know anyone else that's really honestly picking the Houston Texans, and it's not a hot take, it's not just like Rex Ryan being like, the Houston Texans are going to win this game. And it's like, all right, Rex, is that really what you feel? Or are you just, trying to be a personality? You're trying to be Charles Barkley. I just, you haven't had like a lot of real deep dive conversations around this game. And I've tried my best to, but it hasn't been the easiest. That's why I kind of really want to live stream this and kind of just have the conversations as the game unfolds. And that's why I'm just hoping for just something to be entertaining. I want some action. It's the first playoff game of the weekend. It's just like, let's put on a show. Let's shock people. Let's surprise people. Whatever the game is, let it just be fun. Let it just not be a simple, easy, straightforward game. Like, this is the playoffs. This is supposed to be difficult. This is supposed to be gritty. We're not supposed to have multiple games in the playoffs where one team is favored by 8, 9, 10 points, 6 points even. Like, each playoff game is supposed to feel like, oh my God. Like, ideally, you want each playoff game to feel like the Baltimore Ravens and the Buffalo Bills game, where it's like a true coin flip, where nobody knows. But all of these other games, for the most part, people really feel strongly one way or the other. And so, yeah, hopefully that's why I'm hoping that we just kind of get thrown off guard somewhere around here. And we're just kind of like, trying to make sense of it. Because that's fun. It's fun to try to, if the Kansas City Chiefs beat the Houston Texans, it's kind of like, okay, it's just like, that's what lots of people thought they were. And everyone thinks Patrick Mahomes is a better quarterback than CJ Stroud. Like, we're not, it's not that earth shattering. If the Houston Texans win, everybody will scramble to try to make sense what happened. How did CJ Stroud lead the Texans? Was it the run game? Was it D'Amico? Was it, Bobby Slowick? Did Patrick Mahomes just lay an egg and have a terrible game? How was the Kansas City Chiefs defense exposed or something? How was the offense slowed down? Like, it just would be so much interesting, more interesting to unpack. Even if they still lose, even if the Houston Texans still lose, but there's still like interesting talking points, like CJ Stroud lights it up for 30 plus points or something. Like, that would still be interesting to unpack, because then it would still be like, has the Kansas City Chiefs defense been exposed? Or it just offers more interesting conversations to me, and ultimately that's what I'm looking for. Because otherwise it's just like, what are we doing? What's the point? So ultimately I'm just rooting and cheering for a competitive, fun, interesting, and exciting game. But those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about the Houston Texans beating the Kansas City Chiefs, according to Greg Jennings, and to the dismay of Nick Wright, and to the agreement and support of Chris Broussard, and to the distaste of Wilds? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single comment, so whether you agree with me or disagree with me, either way, let's get in some discussions, let's get in some fights, but ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We're building an amazing community here, and I absolutely love to see you part of it. want to build something that we all genuinely feel connected to, something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're on our way to doing it. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much. See you next time.